Hi there everyone, Erum Tasneem here today for Pinkfresh Studio, and I'll be sharing a couple of cards using the Hello with a Bouquet Die. Okay, so the die is a one piece except for the O's centerpiece, and I have taped that with a washi tape. I've already die cut this in black, and look how intricate and gorgeous this looks. I might layer this up, so I've die cut this twice. What I'm going to do is I'll use Crest Solar White cardstock, use a die cutting machine and emboss the design on the panel. This is going to be my guide. You can see that it actually embossed beautifully. We can turn this into a card too, but I don't want the embossed pattern. I just want a guide, so I will run this through the machine again, and this time without the die, so it flattens a bit. You should definitely try to turn this into a card. Maybe I'll do another video and go over a couple of ways we can make cards by following this technique. You will not be able to see the pattern clearly. I am going to color the flowers red with alcohol markers. I'm using artist markers to color. I'll start by adding the darkest color and move on to lighter shades. I'll use the die cut pieces, the die cut piece off and on to see if I'm covering the entire area, if there are any white spots left. I'm sorry about my hair making an appearance. My bun was a little loose, and this one strand was having the time of its life and 5 minutes of fame. Anyway, the process is repetitive since there are so many flowers to color. I won't show the entire coloring process because that's just boring, and you get the gist that I am using the die cut as a guide, and sometimes I color with the die cut in place and sometimes without. It works either way. I'll be right back. It's a little time consuming, but the end result is so gorgeous that you really have to try this. Looks like a hot mess at the moment, but as soon as I'm done adhering the die cut, it will look absolutely beautiful. I also noticed that I missed coloring the inside of the O, so I am going to do that now and adhere the die cut. Now I'll cut this out. This step is not necessary, but I wanted a bit more dimension, so I'll cut this around and adhere it to my card front with foam tape. But before doing that, I'll use a black marker to go over the white edges so the die cut looks nice and crisp. I'm not going to be too careful about this. I'll cover only the areas that are super visible. I'm now going to stack the Hello die cuts left over from the two pieces I die cut earlier, the one that I've already used and the one that is spare. I'll fill in Hello die cut with stacked dies twice, and then I also die cut the Hello in white because clearly the black Hello doesn't look too good. I'll glue the white Hello down, and in this way the sentiment Hello will be more dimensional than the roses around it. It will look as if the roses are coming off from behind it. Now I'll add fine black paint splatters and adhere the die cut onto the card front. And my first card is ready. It took me a while to make this one, but it looks so good. On to my second card, which is super simple. The second die cut that I cut earlier, I am going to use that now. I'll glue it down onto vellum. Then I'll turn it around and color on the back side with alcohol markers. This is so simple, it is also fast, and you will be done in no time. Once I color all the flowers, leaves, I'll let it sit for a few seconds because there is a chance that the color might smudge. Okay, so I did not show you on video the one where I tried to use 3 shades of artist markers and it did not look nice. It looked very untidy. So on my second rose, I colored with only 1 artist marker, the 1 shade. You can try it yourself using a dark color and a light color on vellum, but it didn't work for me. Once the image is colored, I'll heat emboss my sentiment from my favorite things to say on a black strip of cardstock in white. This is a very lovely stamp set with some very nice sentiments. I glue this down onto the die cut. Next, I'll cut off the excess die cut and also all the excess of vellum. For my card front, I decided to add a few scored lines for interest. These tend to look classy and also adds a subtle texture to a blank space. After this, I'll adhere the die cut directly onto the card front and cut off the excess of the black cardstock strip. I decided that I don't like the die cut going off the edge, so I cut off that too, leaving a clean edge. I think it looks so much better. My card is ready. I would encourage you to add the extra die cut inside the O, the one piece, that extra piece, because that O on the vellum card is bothering me so much. I think with the missing piece in place, the card would look complete. Right now, it definitely looks like something's up with that O. Anyway, that is all from my side today. I have a couple more ideas with this hello die, so I'll be back next month. Thank you for watching. Bye.